Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. This is usually a continuation from the last one. You'll receive light codes and information through artworks, synchronicities, oracle cards, and light language. The themes coming through are masculine and feminine coming together, crossing the rainbow bridge, connecting with soul family, and shifting out all of the blockages to those connections, and to moving up that next level in the ascension process, and to really celebrating those wins, to accessing those wins that are coming from soul urges becoming real, accessing that and clearing anything that's in the way, and the past history of disappointments that might stop us reaching for those higher soul-led desires. So here we go. So this transmission feels again very related to the Twinflame spiral, which is a divine union spiral geometry where the masculine and feminine energies come into alignment and work as a unity. And this very much was the masculine coming in from above and landing in an alignment with the feminine, so that there's a real equality and balance there. So this can also be seen not just in the twin flame dynamic, but also within the self, and therefore reflected outwards in our relationships. The feminine energies that inspired energy moving through within the masculine guidance or direction on the ground. And so I've over the years done a lot of work around this with connected to a rainbow bridge. And I feel this rainbow bridge, so this connects us up to our higher selves. It also connects the masculine and feminine in the dynamic together through the bridge. So I feel we're focusing on that point in the middle of the two, almost as the bridge there. The other symbols that have been coming in have been the divine masculine represented by the hummingbird, from the story about the masculine having been turned into a hummingbird looking for his feminine. So I can see this as the divine masculine calling in his divine feminine, the divine feminine calling in the masculine. He's looking for her in all the flowers and everything he's doing. This started coming into me after I'd already started to create a 3D peony and hummingbird painting on a free-flowing love hearts, just full of love energy coming in. And this is divine love, this is higher love. So this geometry got anchored through into my artworks with a transmission, which I'll link below, at the same time as all of this hummingbird symbology came through. And what I didn't realise was that I had a crystalline looking hummingbird and a crystalline looking flower, which I have been using in my transmissions. And after this eclipse, which we just had yesterday, as well as, which is the sun and the moon coming together, which is the masculine and feminine coming together, at the same time as this spiral geometry landing, I have seen the hummingbird find the flower for this transmission. And as that is at the crystalline levels, at the higher levels, I'm expecting very soon after this transmission, or maybe a few more transmissions, to be able to complete the 3D artwork I'm creating of the love heart, peony and hummingbird. So all of the energies are part of this transmission. And there's another simultaneous artwork I'm creating at the moment, the codes are coming in connected to the golden angelic dragons who are activating the Kundalini in the earth at this eclipse. So I'll talk about that at the end if you want to stay on for that. Meanwhile, the cards that are coming through are the Three of Cups, time to celebrate. So those are the energies dropping in. We're celebrating, we're getting what we've wished for, we're celebrating collaboratively with our soul tribe or with our soul partner, whether that's a soulmate or a twin flame, our counterparts. Also see it as the 3, which is the third energy in the twin flame dynamic, which is the unified energy at the higher levels. So as those are coming in, as we're getting this, and I see this probably also related to the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction in Taurus on the 20th of April, which is a big beneficial, unexpected win, which can bring everything else down that's not relevant. So I'm seeing this coming in. These are the energies that are coming in. We're going to bring them in with the light language as well. And what that brings up on the ground is the Strength card. So if you've been watching my last transmission, every pack I grabbed, the Strength card came out. It happened again. So this is what is pushed up as those positive changes are coming in, those celebrations, those graduations, those shifts up to highest consciousness, those shifts up to sacred union, those shifts up to our higher gifts and higher perceptions, really stepping up the next level of ascension. And we access our inner strength. What it pushes up is everything that where we feel a victim, where we don't feel inner strength. So inadequacy, self-doubt, weakness, low self-esteem and vulnerable. I've really been feeling that coming up over this eclipse period. Just watching it move out. I know it's not real, but yeah, all the things where things are not working out the way you expect. You're hitting roadblocks. Another way people around me have been expressing this energy, and I've experienced this myself too, is when, so this is at a lower level, it's just a metaphor, an example, so apply this to any area of your life and collectively as well, but just a very basic mundane example is when you invited someone over, so that's the Three of Cups, for whatever reason, business, pleasure, romance, whatever it is, and you're expecting them and you've prepared for them to arrive and you've done all the little extra lovely things that you do because you've got this person coming and you're looking forward to seeing them. Somebody told me they went out and picked flowers in their garden, or they intended to give to this person who was coming over. And then what happens is they don't show up, and there's no text message, and there's no apology, and there's no explanation, and you haven't gone out, and you haven't done the things you would have done if they weren't coming, right? You were waiting, you're expecting something to happen, and it didn't happen. And then there's the big letdown, and all of the emotions that go along with that, and not even hearing from them as to why they didn't come or what happened, and just deflated when you don't get that joy from what you wanted to give or what you wanted to have, and that feeling that they weren't on the same page and they weren't looking forward to it as much as you were. So there's a lot of different energies and emotions in that, around expectation, around what's coming through us. So the feminine would be that urge to join up, that urge, the movement of the energy, the urge to create the beautiful flowers from the garden into a bunch to give. The masculine would be the taking practical steps to prepare for that which is expected, and then having to reorganize that time and those schedules. That's the structure. That's the direction of the energy. So I feel like you can apply that to any level and any area of your life, but it's like that what was agreed on not coming in, and how that's affected on the ground, how that affects our emotions and things like that. So what we're doing is we're bringing in that divine flow between what's coming in on the energetic and how it manifests in the real world in a fluid way, where it works and everyone's on the same page. Atata tita kakata tita kakakato. Akatata tita kakakato koko. Akatata tita kaka. Akatati tata tita kakata tita kakako. Akatata tita kakata tita kakakato koko. Akatata tita kakakato koko. Akatata tita kakakato koko. So it's about connecting with our soul tribe, those that we vibe with, those that are on the same level, the same interests, that want to meet up with us as much as we want to meet up with them, that it's all perfect, that it flows in divine time. Nobody's messed around, nobody's deflated. Akatatita kakata koko. Akatatata kakaka. Collaborations, divine reunions. Akatata kakaka. Akatata kakaka. Akatata tita kakaka toko koko. Akatata kataka. Akatata tita kaka toko tita kaka. Akatata tita kaka toko tita kakata tita kakatata. Akatata tita kaka toko koko tita kaka tita kaka toko tita kakaka. Akatata tita kaka toko akatata. Akatata tita kaka toko. Akatata tita kaka. Akatata tita kaka toko akaka tia kaka toko. Akatata tita kaka toko. Akatata tita kaka toko. Akatata tita kaka toko. Akatata. Akatata tita kaka toko. Akakata kaka toko. Akatata kaka toko. Akakata tata. Akatata tita kaka toko tata. Akatata tita kaka toko tata. Akatata kaka toko. So I'm really feeling this through the spine. Solidifying through the left and right sides of the spinal column. And I'm reminded that over the last few days I've received some spontaneous upgrades right down the midline, where the left and the right of the body almost split apart, reorganize over each other in alignment, and come back together freshly and newly. It's hard to explain, but the light codes will be shared through this transmission. You'll be receiving those light codes because I've already integrated and grounded them. And with that was a lot of shifts through the neck and the brainstem as well, right through the midline, left and right, newly coming together, masculine and feminine sides coming together, communicating differently, understanding each other differently. Being more of a unit through the physical body, rather than pulling in opposing directions. Akatata tita kakata tita kakato toko akatata. Akatata tita kakato toko akakatata. Akatata tita kakatutu tukukukukukukukukukukuto. Akatata kakakakatukukuku akakata. Akatata kakatukutukutukutukukukukukukatia kakatatia kakatata. Akatata kutututukutukutukukukuku akakatatata. Akatata kakaka, akatata tita kakakatukutu, akatata tita kakakatukutukutukutukutukutukutukutukutatata, akatata takatukutukukukukuku akakaka, akatata kakatukukukuku. Akatata kakatukukukukukukukukukukuku. Akatata kakakakakaka. There's real clearing out through the chest and lungs. Akatata the throat. Akatata kutukutukukukuku. Now the third eye, the pineal gland. Akatata tita kakatukutukuku. Akatata tita kakakata. Akatata tita kakatututukutukukukukukukukukukuku kakakatia kaka. Akatata tia katatia katukukukuku akakata sita kakako. Akatata ya katukutukutukutukutukutukutukutukutatata tita kakakaka. My focus is really on the double spiral unity code there. There we go. Ooh. So that's now merging through the midline of the body, through the cerebrospinal fluid, through the core essence, and then out through the heart and the soul seat and through into the energy field. Really, really beautiful, soft, unified frequency, energy down through the feet as well, into the earth grids, through the crown, emanating out through the essence, through the core, to the energy field. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So that also is that inner strength. That also is that elevation into the next level, and that celebrating, like that graduation, that connecting to self and therefore soul tribe. Then the strength card can turn up the other way, and we've got invisible force, gentle persuasion, compassion, confidence, courage, self-belief, infinite potential, personal power, influential, and wisdom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So stick around if you want to know about the dragons coming in and activating the Earth's Kundalini. And if you're interested in any of the activated products that I've created from the spiral, the double spiral, they're in the links below as well. They contain the light codes and activations. You can use them to activate your food or your drink, your jewellery, your crystals, your face products, anything that you want to. Here's just a very quick explanation. When I had a QHHT session with Marla Kelly from Twinflame, she's actually posted some of the collective channeled information that came through on her channel, so I'll link that video below. But what came through was about the Great Awakening, how consciousness is shifting threefold in the next 4 months, and how the angelics are creating a buffer zone for those that are ascending to move into whilst the earth is cleansed and made crystalline. And I could see dragons coming in, so angelic cleansing as well as the dragon fire cleansing and upgrading. and there were incoming souls to the next generation of star beings and light workers being taken by the angelics into the buffer zone also. And as I was painting this, so this looks pretty messy at the moment, but it's still in construction, and it does go through an ugly stage whilst it's being painted, and it's got a lot of energy in it already. And if you look in the background, you can see a lot of kind of angel wings have emerged out of the background. That's very organic, happens organically. So there's angel wings, there's faces, there's so many stories in there. But the things I want to point out is, if you look closely between these two angel wings, we've got the face there, and there's a trumpet and the sleeves here. So I will bring those forward, and that is heralding the awakening, heralding the massive raising of consciousness. Down here, these wings, I thought they were going to be angel wings, but now I can see that they're dragons. And then I listened to a transmission from Rita Melchizedek, who the eclipse yesterday, as I was painting these, was channeling some golden angelic dragons who were activating the kundalini of the earth at the eclipse yesterday, which just fit in perfectly with what I'm doing here in this painting. Revealed a bit more information to me. And then up here we have Shambhala. I'm about to do a transmission about Shambhala. It's come through in a lot of my paintings, but it's where the angels and guides and star beings all collaborate with the light workers in their astral bodies and their light bodies to bring through the information and connect and teach. We often go there in our energetic art workshops, and we've found that several of us are naturally seeing these mountains and waterfalls in blue and purple in the background, which we've identified as Shambhala. There's also some information that came through the QHHT as well, which I'm going to make into a video. So I'll do a separate video about Shambhala, but that's also here. These are the mountains and waterfalls that keep coming up in the paintings. So yeah, if you're interested in joining our energy art class, or you want to know more about Shambhala, yeah, look in the description below, and I will put links for both. The Shambhala transmission should come through in the next week or two, and I'll put the link down below in this video as well. So thanks for listening to the end, and see you next time. Blessings.